Hey, what's up, fantasy people? This is Tyler the Big Turd Ward coming at you live from a garage. And this is the Fantasy Footballin' Show. And today we have a specific start-sit for Thursday nights. It's called Thursday Night's Player Pause. And so we did this last week, and it worked out pretty well. So we're doing it again. And so this Thursday night game is going to be the Chiefs versus the Chargers. Same division, two high-powered offenses, one high-powered defense. And so I'm going to go through the list of, the highest projected Chiefs, and I'm going to kind of predict how they'll do based on what the Chargers did to the Raiders last week, which was kind of dismantle them. So anyways, Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to play him because he's Patrick Mahomes, and who cares about what defense it is? You play Patrick Mahomes. But the Chargers, they've got Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Derwin James. They've got superstars on each level of that defense. They were without J.C. Jackson this last game as well, and he's an amazing cornerback. So they have every level of defense. They've got outside. They've got everything you want in a defense. They've got a defensive head coach, Brandon Staley from the Rams, one of the last defensive coaches out there right now. So you want to start Patrick Mahomes, but you don't expect 5 touchdowns. You don't expect 400 yards. You're expecting like 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, if I had to guess. Something around that. But you start Patrick Mahomes because he's Patrick Mahomes. So they did, the Chargers sacked Derek Carr 5 times. 3 of those were Khalil Mack by himself. It was a former team, so I don't know if he was extra motivated or not, but it doesn't matter. Him and Bosa are like causing all kinds of stuff. If you listen to all the NFL insiders on the radio, all the sports shows and everything, they couldn't get enough of Derwin James and Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. So that might be the superstar defense of the league. I just picked him up yesterday on waivers. I've got to make a decision if I want to start him against the Chiefs. I'm thinking I actually picked up Green Bay's defense as well. It's weird to have 2 defenses right now, but if you look at the Chargers' schedule after this game, it's ridiculous. They're going to be the number 1 defense after a month. So play Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce. I'm pressing play on Travis Kelce. Waller got 4 for 79 on 6 targets. And Derwin James, he moves everywhere. He'll cover Kelce, and he'll cover, outside and everything. But with the unknown threats on Kansas City, he might be stuck to Kelce all game. So you start Kelce because, he was the only good tight end last week, so whatever. You could start Kyle Pitts and get 2 points. You start him. But there's a chance that Derwin James might shut him down for, 60 yards, no touchdowns, something like that. So it's kind of scary, but you start him anyways. Next up, JuJu Smith-Schuster. JuJu's awesome. He seems to have a really good rapport with Patrick Mahomes already. And he got a lot of targets the first game. And he seems like he's going to be heavily involved. And it could be a high-scoring game, even though I kind of doubt it. I'm going to press play on JuJu because he's a number 2 option behind Kelce. And it seems like the number 1 and number 2, Devontae Adams and Waller both got their numbers. So I'm thinking that the number 1 and number 2 option for Kansas City will get their numbers as well. Next up, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So I'm pressing play on him. I don't expect 2 touchdowns. I don't expect 1 touchdown. I expect like 100 total yards, receiving and running. So you're looking at like 9 to 11 points for CEH, if I had to guess. Not a big game. They're going to contain him. And there's worst case scenario, they might shut down the run, and then Kansas City, they'll just stop. And before, they used to not target CEH because I've owned them a couple of years, and it sucked, man. They would never target him. So they targeted him a lot that first game. And there's a chance that, that probably needs to repeat again for him to have a good day. Hardman. I'm pressing pause on McCole Hardman. Don't worry, your computer didn't just mess up. That was just me being an amazing actor. Acting! Sorry, dude. But McCole Hardman, so you're thinking he's probably going to be the third option on this offense. So I was looking at Hunter Renfrow. What did he do? So Renfrow got 3 for 21 on 6 targets. So he still got his targets, but he didn't get a lot of yards. He got contained. He kind of got shut down. And we need to see if Justin Jackson's going to be playing this game too, because McCole Hardman is usually that speedy outsider. And if that's the case, dude, Justin Jackson's probably going to lock him down. So there's a lot of variables in here that I'm thinking I'm going to press pause on McCole Hardman. And, you know, last week he had he got the touchdown, but he only got 16 yards on, one TD. So I wouldn't bet, I think it was like 3 catches for 16 yards. I wouldn't want any of that. And McCole Hardman's, you know, super fast. He's been there forever, and he's never been utilized. So I'm pressing pause on Hardman, and I'm looking elsewhere. MVS. I looked at the third wide receiver for the third option, or the fourth option, third wide receiver for the Raiders. Didn't do anything, like absolutely nothing. So MVS, I'm pausing. You got to pause on MVS until you see something that's worth playing on. So, and then this is a big one. Harrison Butker just got announced he's going to be out for this next game with an ankle injury, and I would have loved to have me some Harrison Butker in this game, because you could see the Chargers' amazing defense shutting him down when the field shrinks, you know, like on red zones. But maybe, you know, Patrick Mahomes is going to get his yards between the 20s. So I could see a whole lot of Kansas City field goals in this game, as long as the Chargers just don't get up by like 2 scores, 3 scores. If it's a close game, I could see Kansas City getting a lot of field goals. Matt Amendola is going to be his replacement there. So I'm pressing play on Matt Amendola. He's a replacement kicker for Harrison Butker for the Chiefs. Okay, so next up, I'm going to press pause on Kansas City defense. Chargers scored 24 points with 355 yards last week. And let's see, they did, and last week the the Chiefs got the Arizona Cardinals, who were just a mess, offensive and defensively. So, you know, they got 5 touchdowns. I mean, that's not going to happen probably again this year. And plus how easily he got them. I think it's going to be a lot more difficult. But yeah, so anyways, the Chiefs sacked Kyler 2 times and held the Cardinals to 21 points. And 14 of those points came in garbage time. So really, they held the Cardinals to 7 points. But I'm not messing around with Justin Herbert and the Chargers and Austin Eckler and that defense. They're going to have so many opportunities to score points. Just don't mess around with Kansas City defense. I don't think anybody's out there doing it anyways. And then lastly, Pacheco. I'm going to press pause on Pacheco, even though I like him. Chargers allowed 4.9 yards per carry. And if you know anything about the Chargers, they've always been, you run against the Chargers defense. That's what you do, because they can't stop the run. And they're a totally different defense this year, but the Raiders found success on the ground against them. So if I would start Pacheco only if they're going to, the Chiefs are heavy favorites. This is not the case. So you stay away from Pacheco, you press pause. Anyways, that is everything for my Thursday night football show. And Jason's going to be covering the Chargers on who to start with them. So look out for that video. And thank you so much for watching. And if you like this, you can like it in real life. And click those thumbs up. Make me feel so good about myself for a while, actually. And if you don't like this, you could do that in real life too. And thumbs down it, give hurtful comments. Block the page. I don't think you can do that, but you can do whatever you want to do. So anyways, thank you so much. Good luck on Thursday, and hope you guys have a good day. Bye.